The only thing that's different is Martin Lawrence's face is fatter. Hold up, Mike. I gotta catch my breath, Mike. I do like chicken sandwiches. Well, who else would you have on the cover of Playboy these days, right? See if you can polish this term. I'm trying to be positive here, Jake.
Oh.
Jake is also available for anniversaries and birthday parties.
I thought you were gonna tell me treat him like cats and sprayed him with a water bottle.
No.
Not enough money behind this podcast to get him on here. Because it's not the kids' fault they're shitheads. It's not. It's the parents' fault. The parents are shitheads too. Why are you talking shit? Have you won anything? No, then shut the fuck up. Wait, nobody ever said there was a plot to Rambo. Delete your account, go back to bed, cry for a couple of days, and reflect on what you're actually going to do with your life. All right, welcome to the ADG Podcast Breaking News Edition. Darren, we are back the day after we actually do our main show.
Yeah. It's official now. It is. It's all mass pandemonium when it comes to the world. The COVID-19 has taken over. It's definitely taken over the sports world.
Yes.
NBA season on hold. NHL season on hold. MLS season on hold. Now Italian soccer season on hold. The NCAA March Madness tournament season on hold. Canceled.
All the basketball tournaments canceled in all the conferences.
Yeah.
Right now.
They canceled today. They were still planning on doing it without any fans, and then they said, like, you know what, we should just cancel it.
And why we decided to do emergency show really quickly is because it actually reached our corner of the world here in Canada. Yeah. Windsor has its first presumptive case of the coronavirus. Lots of rumors happening. So we decided to get on here and give our opinions on what's going on, because what we did today, the ADG podcast page broke a whole bunch of news as soon as it was reported. We had it up there, and our audience loves it, shared it. We do what we can, and we shared. First thing we had is all the schools are now going to be closed 2 weeks after March break till April 5th. So kids will have three weeks off.
Mm-hmm. I wish I had 3 weeks off when I was in school.
I know, right?
Between this and the teachers being on strike, they had their days where they weren't showing up or they were picketing. How many
are they actually learning anything this year?
Exactly. Yeah. How to protest and how to.
What are they learning?
In school. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
What movie are we watching today? What are we drawing?
Which film strip are we watching now?
Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly.
Get into some of those Oscar movies in school.
Yes. Those educational ones. Those ones that will. Where you have to be kind to others,
Yeah, exactly.
all those good ones. But that came down, and I don't know if I didn't post this to Facebook, our Facebook yet, but there was a video of showing the Superstore on Dougal in Windsor.
Oh, you posted it. I watched it.
Yes. It was the lineup for the checkout went all the way around the store. And and then the guy went down the toilet paper aisle, and all gone, empty shelves.
Oh, it's all gone everywhere. It's all
unbelievable.
I went in.
The people need their shit tickets. They need their shit tickets.
That's true. And I went for bread today because I ran out of bread for the weekend, and I just jumped into the store. Mm-hmm. There was no toilet paper. There was nothing. The store had crackers and dog food, nothing else. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad I had some bread. So I got that. So that was okay. But it was insanity. And it was like 3 p.m. after work today. It was just crazy. So everybody's gone. Everybody's buying everything up.
It was because they know that if they have to hunker down for the next 2 weeks, better have enough toilet paper. I don't know.
No, exactly.
But
going back to the school. Going back to the school thing, so they'll be closed 2 weeks after March break. So it was just announced today. The Ontario government made that announcement in a statement today. So means Ontario have ordered all the schools to remain closed March 14th to April 5th, 2020. And they recognize the significant impact this decision will have on families, students, schools, as well as the broader community. But this is a precaution is necessary to keep people safe. Now, remember, there's a lot of people like myself that work. Both of us work 2 jobs, and kids are like, "Hey, you're not in school. What are you gonna do? Run the streets?" You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that will have issues with that for that reason. Right. And again, if you get sick and then you gotta take them to grandma, grandpa's. Now, do we want the virus to go into our elderly, which we don't? So now you're in a dilemma. You're in a catch-22. Now you got to figure that shit out.
Yeah, it's not looking good right now because everyone is in a unknown state of preparedness. You know, there's people that are like I saw that St. Clair College have canceled all their upcoming events that they have there in the student health in the student section. So that's all shut down. Everything that is I think it's just more people are taking a precaution these days.
Yes.
In the time, because we don't really know, Jake, how long this is gonna last. Is it going to be as serious? Is it going to get to the point where Canada has to shut down the border for a week?
Well, they can tell me not to go to work for a few weeks. I'll be okay with that as long as they pay me. It's all good. But no, you're right. Now, what some advice on that is definitely make sure you avoid what Darren's video that he posted, which I'm sure he's going to share to the ADG podcast Facebook page. Avoid what's happening. Do not go when everybody else is going to the store. You want to avoid that because what you're creating is what you don't want. You're creating crowds in a closed environment. Don't do that. Go at an awkward time. You don't need everything at this moment. It's not happening now. It's not.
Well, people think that if I don't go now, then they're going to be all out of it, and I gotta have my TP. You know,
there's still deliveries happening in the world. It's not shut down.
Yeah,
it will not. You have lots of time, and just go at different times. Don't go once, grab something. Go twice. The second time, grab something the next day. You don't have to have everything now. Plus, here's a tip. Here's a free tip right here. It's gonna help everybody out. Buy what you need and buy what you're gonna use. Don't buy shit you never used before or not going to use. Because you're taking it from somebody else.
Exactly, and that's what people are doing. They hoard stuff just in case. You know, I gotta have like 100 rolls of toilet paper. No, you don't. You don't need that.
No, you don't.
Especially if it's just you and your spouse or whatever, just living together. If it's 2 people, you don't need that much toilet paper. I'm sorry.
Nope.
I guarantee you're not going to the bathroom that often.
No, 2 packs max, and you're good for like weeks.
Exactly.
You'll be all right.
But another thing that happened in Canada that our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's wife is self-quarantining herself for the next 2 weeks. She got back from a speaking engagement from the UK and wasn't feeling that great. So she's doing her due diligence and staying away and keeping herself locked away for the next 14 days. And apparently the Prime Minister is doing the same. He's in a voluntary...
which is what he does every day anyway. He sits in his room and does nothing. So it doesn't really change much for his schedule.
Right.
Well, yeah, it's sad that she has some symptoms. But let's get to the main reason that we have this show today. Is this emergency breaking news show for the ADG podcast, found everywhere on all social media at ADG podcast. Our first case of the coronavirus that's reported here in Windsor, and it seems to be a Hotel Dieu Grace Hospital physician that has developed symptoms that are similar to COVID-19. This is coming from CTV News, and he traveled out of country to a non-impacted area, but still has symptoms, and they've gotten worse. So he is now self-quarantined. But there are how many staff that has impacted? 22, and 16 patients were in contact with this physician. And again, going through the hospital, I'm sure this person stopped for coffee. I'm sure they on their way did something. So here's a case of it not having the symptoms right away. You might be spreading it without knowing to a whole bunch of people that are passed it on to others by now. So there you go.
Exactly.
That's why we're here. So this is our first major case. I'm sure there will be more. I'm sure this is going to be growing from now on.
Well, this is a presumed case of
Yes, presumed case.
COVID-19. So until this doctor gets the official test back,
24
then,
hours.
24 hours. So we'll know sometime tomorrow. We'll know exactly. Just for those listeners who don't know exactly the symptoms of this coronavirus, it's fever, cough, and shortness of breath are the major symptoms. And also, cases in children have been very rare. And for children who have been infected, symptoms are mild. So it really isn't too much cause concern for children. The elderly is more prone to this virus. Health
Exactly.
officials say most people recover from COVID-19, but the death risk increases with age and underlying conditions. The CDC recommends older adults have a 30-day supply of prescriptions and stay home as much as possible. But it's important to slow down the spread of this virus. So wash your hands frequently. Don't touch your face. Cover your cough is the most important one. Either into the elbow of your arm or at the top of your sleeve or where the shoulder meets the neck, something like that, and disinfect frequently touching surfaces. So if you are on a plane, wipe down everything, or if you're sitting at a desk, wipe down, the desktop and the computer, keyboards, mouse. Just play it safe, and if you are sick, stay at home.
Wear a
Don't.
mask if you are sick.
Yeah, well,
If
if you are sick, you should stay home. But
Stay home. Yes, number one.
if you're starting to feel something and you're out and about, yes, wear a mask if you have one.
Exactly. Masks are for sick people, not healthy people. Let's clear that up again one more time.
Exactly.
And now, breaking news also, Alberta has announced they are asking organizers to cancel gatherings of 250 people or more. So they're shutting down large gathering as part of this strategy of COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I'm sure we'll see in place as things worsen. And if you guys are not on our Facebook page, ADG Podcast, jump on there. We were super fast on these stories today.
Yep.
As soon as they came out, we were right on it, spreading all the information that we could. So get on there and keep track of everything, especially if you're local. YQG, we're going to be posting more stuff as much as we can. And we might even do some more pop-up shows if time permits. But if you guys listened to this week's show already, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week's show is going to be a surprise whatever day we record. I'm not sure yet. And find us everywhere at ADG Podcast. Darren, this is some stuff that we might have to do once in a while. Some breaking news show.
It's something like this where it's all everyone is talking about. Like locally in Windsor, the Spitfire season is on pause as well, so there's no OHL hockey to be watched or played. And also Frankie Valli, who was supposed to play at Caesars Windsor on March 20th, canceled. The artist canceled his upcoming performances, so there will be no show. There will be no Frankie Valli show. They do have other concerts coming up this month. I believe Ice Cube and Pitbull. There is no information on those shows yet, but I'm sure within the next week or two, they'll find out information if those shows are still a go.
Awesome. So that would be interesting to see, depending how everything goes in the area. Again, also breaking news, excuse me, as of 15 minutes ago, a third case has been declared in Michigan. So now there's 3 cases confirmed in Michigan across the river from us of coronavirus, of somebody being confirmed with it. So that might also change things as travel plans and other things like that for those who cross the border frequently. So there we go. That's something new.
It's just getting crazy. It's just getting crazier and crazier. So if you don't have to go out, stay home. I know there's no sports on, and I know for those gamblers who across the river in Michigan who just got sports gambling legal and it was all set to go, and now there's no sports.
What a terrible luck for
what
Michigan.
A kick in the nuts for Michigan gamblers right there.
Mm-hmm.
So the God bless streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, Prime, whatever you got.
We're gonna break the internet.
There's so much good shows and movies out there that will can keep you somewhat entertained.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So last but not least, as of this week's show, let's just update some numbers super quick. Worldwide confirmed cases 125,288. So that went up from yesterday, and 4,614 deaths. That went up from yesterday, and now it's 118 countries, areas, or territories with cases. So that went up by 4 from yesterday. So you can see this changes daily. And there we go. That's our emergency show.
Well, just one quick
let's do it.
A thing from Chris Campbell on CTV News just tweeted out. Windsor Essex Health Unit says 50 people have been tested for the coronavirus. No confirmed cases of COVID-19 at this time.
Good.
So there you go. So far, no official cases in Windsor.
Good. And as things happen, again, keep an eye out on the news, on our page, and if you are quarantined, we will entertain you. Yes. And if we're quarantined, we'll still entertain you.
We'll try to entertain ourselves.
Yes. Again, exactly. That's what's going to happen. And there you go. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that quick little show. Darren, this is good. This is a good idea.
It's good stuff.
All right. So, ADG Podcast, breaking news emergency show. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Darren.
And we are ADG.